And as the country begins its 3-week nationwide lockdown in an effort to stem the spread of the coronavirus, long-distance passenger rail services and all other commuter rail services such as Metrorail and the Gautrain have been shut down. Buses, minibus, taxis, metered and e-hailing taxis will only be allowed on the roads from 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. and then again from 4 to 8 p.m. And they will only be allowed to carry essential workers and people who have been given permission to travel during the lockdown period. Now let's cross now to our reporter Hasina Gori, who is at Park Station in Braamfontein here in Johannesburg, to find out what the latest is there. Hasina, good morning. Please, we all very curious to understand and see what it looks like downtown Johannesburg and especially at Park Station this morning.
Good morning, Sakina. Yes, we've woken up to unprecedented times. It's usually a Friday morning here in Braamfontein at Park Station, which is a transport hub, is usually flowing with people coming in and out, either by Metrorail, the Gautrain, or by minibus taxis. But this morning, it's eerily quiet. We know that December in Johannesburg, it's usually quiet. You know, there's an exodus of people leaving. But today, it's almost empty. There's an odd car now and again, there's a minibus taxi or two, but generally it's not that flow of traffic that you would usually see here outside this transport hub. Here people are just a few security guards that are part of essential services, either going to or from work. We know at other taxi stations and taxi ranks across Gauteng, specifically in Tembisa, we've seen people waiting in line there with no taxis available. These are essential services workers who do have the permits and the correct documentation, but right now there is no taxis that are available at the moment. We did speak with the transport department for the province, and they said they are working on sorting out that specific issue. But right now people are heeding the call. It's very early in the morning still, but they're heeding the call of the president to stay indoors and to not be on the roads and just try and contain the spread of coronavirus. We know that we're in that phase right now, and that is why there is this 3-week lockdown. But we'll keep you updated through the day as we go along and see whether the roads do pick up, whether people do heed the call, or whether it's business as usual here in Gauteng.
Well, thank you so much. Our reporter Hasina Gori down in downtown Johannesburg at Park Station. And as she was saying, some commuters still waiting for taxis in places like Tembisa. By yesterday afternoon, at least when I spoke to the National Taxi Association, they were still unclear about exactly what was going to happen in terms of who was going to pick up the tab because of social distancing. So they would not be allowed to carry the usual number of commuters. And they wanted to know how this was going to work, who's going to pay for it. Because if you now in a 15-seater minibus can only take 8 passengers, what's going to happen? Is it worth their while? And they were going to meet with the transport minister and others in order to try and resolve that. But as Hasina says, some places, and hopefully we'll be crisscrossing the country this morning to give you exactly a sense of what is happening all round.